Welcome back. Severe storms have hit parts of the metro several times over the past week.
And as part of our Storm Week coverage, 6 News' Craig Nigrelli takes a look at a familiar sight and sound that will often get your attention.
Many of us are familiar with that distinctive sound of an outdoor warning siren. If not, you'll want to listen to this. Emergency managers tell me now is the time to plan ahead and know specifically what you are going to do if you get caught in a storm. The wail of a siren will grab your attention, announcing that severe weather is either coming or very near. It means if you are outside, beware of impending danger from threatening weather and seek shelter. While the sirens can generally be heard for about 1 mile, emergency managers stress these are meant specifically for people who are outdoors.
They are helpful in the fact that they raise general awareness in the public.
In Douglas County, there are 124 of them, from downtown Omaha at 17th near Jackson to places where lots of people come together for public events, like this one close to the entrance to Memorial Park. Out west, here's another one. It's easy to spot next to the Millard Water Tower at 144th and Q. Go to the Douglas County Emergency Management Agency website and you can find the exact location of each one. Director Paul Johnson told me that hearing the sirens go off should pretty much have you seeking more information immediately about what's headed your way. What should you do if you hear it?
You should implement your plan. In other words, during the severe weather season, everyone needs to have a plan. So wherever you're at, you need to make a decision as to whether or not to stay at the event or to take cover, and if so, where.
In Sarpy County,
we currently have 70 sirens in the county, and that's growing each year. The sirens are invaluable.
Emergency Management Director Jesse Arrett says his county is ready for severe weather this season. From outdoor warning sirens like this one, visible at the county administration building on Highway 370, to another one behind the fire department along West Papio Creek. The county, in collaboration with Douglas County, tests them on the first Wednesday of every month until October. What is the status of the 70 sirens as we head towards severe weather season?
They're all functional, and anytime we run into any issues with a malfunctioning siren, we make sure to get that remedied immediately.
Jesse Arrett invited me to see the County Emergency Operations Center. This is where emergency service workers and decision makers gather to centralize information and keep people updated on the current and impending situation when there's a bad storm.
We use this to coordinate with our partner organizations, local law enforcement, fire, county administration, just a plethora of partners before, during, and after disaster strikes.
The bottom line is safety, and it's not just outdoor warning sirens. Both emergency managers told me weather radios are important inside your home, and so is your cell phone. By downloading the 6 First Alert weather app, you pretty much have a personal siren with you at all times. On your side, Craig Nigrelli, 6 News.
And watch for our final Storm Week report tomorrow on 6 News, live at 6:30.